We had a truck and one car. And my mom happened to put the transmission fluid in the oil, so we couldn't move her car. Lights went out, we had the radio and our batteries and everything. Then the water started rising. A man came running down in a boat. He said the water was gonna rise higher. So meaning it's gonna come up higher on the second floor where we was. And so we decided to leave. We packed a few clothes, thinking we was coming back. And the water was up here to our neck. So we walked in the water.
We ended up being trapped in the night water. I've never rode through a hurricane like that before. We were actually rescued 2 or 3 days later by some volunteer fishermen, and we got from one boat to another and walked through the water. We ended up on top of the interstate where policemen got us off and brought us to the convention center. We went back home only to find that our house had been flooded. We couldn't get inside because the doors were so expanded and the house was full of mud and dirt and crud.
I first came back November 2005. The city was completely messed up. It kind of hurt to look at it and to go back to my old house and see just everything tore apart.
The church, the mission trips, the groups, the people who wanted to come alongside the local organization is the ones that rebuild the community.
Who else has God used throughout redemptive history, right? He's used his people. And we've seen him restore places with broken walls time and time again. Had it not been for Katrina, this would still be a corner store.
Whenever there is work to be done, there's an opportunity for leadership, especially when you see leadership as service, you know, the way Jesus defined it.
2007, I was sitting with a group of volunteers at Cafe Du Monde. I looked out and I said, man, these folks can come all the way from Iowa. They don't even know us. And they come here, pay their money to come here to work and rebuild this city. And I felt like, man, we shouldn't have to depend on these folks. Yes, that's great that they're coming, but we need to be a part of this too. Started doing a couple housing projects in the area, hanging out with kids, also volunteering at Urban Impact Ministries during the school year. And I guess they liked what I was doing, so they brought me on staff.
I know there was a time where I didn't do anything unless I got paid for it. But now I'm more willing to want to just do something from my heart. I want to serve, I want to help, I want to volunteer and give.
Before Katrina in 2004, I tutored in the schools with Trinity. When Katrina hit and I came back in November, I came back as an America member and I rebuilt. We gutted our houses, we put up sheetrock for a year. And then they hired me on staff. I'm in school for child development, early childhood. I want to own my own daycare. Here I run the after school program, and I also run the summer camp that's going on now.
People thought, you know, if we can come back from Katrina, we can make a difference in our neighborhood. And those leaders were everyday ordinary people who started to hope. They started to believe, yeah, we can make it, we can change things. And we've been changing things. We do it by believing the gospel.